This will be interesting, to say the least. So, runners are given go ahead, and we are in Giant Lands, so fellow Group F player MIDI Guy DP is correct. And One Fine Day guessed correctly, and will lead off in 5-4. So if you're not familiar with the Mario 3 randomizer, you're already seeing world order, levels, enemies, and other things are being randomized here. This will require the players to have a pretty good knowledge of the game and what it can and cannot throw at them, and well, it's going to be an interesting test of mental agility, to say the least. So, our second level is one of 8 beta stages that have been included in the game. This is a 7.3-esque beta with a dash of 3.4 as well. So, One Fine Day holding onto his P speed and is sprinting through this level. DLP316 helping himself to a mushroom for his first power-up, I suppose. And star, I guess, power-up, but not really. So, third level is 2-4, and this is not necessarily a level you want to see early because of the Hammer Bros. This can throw you off and cause all sorts of problems. DLP gets a Hammer Bro in front of 4-3 and takes care of things and gets a star. One Fine Day ducks under the jumping Hammer Bro this time. He's got a giant Hammer Bro, avoids the stun lock, and gets a star, so he should be able to sprint through the last quarter of this level without any difficulty. Fire Bro at the end, so bully for him. Oh, DLP. Oh, DLP just barely got the jump, but he lost out on the star because of awkward timing. And our first fort of the day is one fort, which has a item at the end, but it remains to be seen if the items, which are randomized, will allow them the chance to go for said item. It will not. So One Fine Day is just going to play this through. DLP316 is about a half a stage behind. He's also taken down one of the three Hammer Bros in this level, so that likely accounts for most of the difference. So first boom boom fight of the day. 1, 2, 3, no problem. For One Fine Day, DLP, about a room behind now. So after this level, One Fine Day is going to get a Hammer Bro draw and gets 2 giant Hammer Bros and gets a star. So it's the same one as DLP fought. So 4-4 is 2-1 with our first appearance of Boss Bass. His appearances are randomized in this game, and nice carom shot there by One Fine Day to get rid of him, but he will reappear in a few seconds. And oh! One Fine Day has been gulped. That's unfortunate. And so One Fine Day is going to have to do this again while DLP316 is finished with 4-4. Take an early lead. Fine Day really wants that power-up, and DLP does our first end card of the day. He's already got a match with 2 stars, and see, thought he was going to check the item, but check what he got out of the inventory, but he's going to go to the Mushroom House instead. And it was a Tanuki suit for the stars, and he picks up a frog suit on top of that. One Fine Day also getting a... It looks like they have identical cards. Yes, they do. That's interesting. Don't usually see that. The music box there for DLP316. It gets a forced draw with the Hammer Bro, and luckily for him it was just a Boomerang Bro, and he gets another star for it. DLP is done. Looks like one fine day I accidentally triggered a coin ship, I think. So I think DLP went to 4-5. One fine day went the other direction. So we have 4-1 and 1-1. That's in it. You don't usually see a route divergence here, but one fine day has to outrun Boss Bass. DLP had no such worries, and he is comfortably out. So, okay, so DLP was in 4-5. One fine day went to 4-6. Second fort is 5F2, Sky Fort, or Lava Fort if you prefer. One fine day in coin ship helps himself to a free extra life. Not a bad idea. It did take a couple of unfortunate deaths. One fine day, DLP, lost his hammer suit, Tanuki suit, and but got it back with the raccoon tail, so he'll be able to fly through the first airship if he needs to. About a half a stage lead so far for DLP316 as we come to our first airship, and it is the World 3 airship. So not a bad airship to start with. It's a flat arena for Iggy. So long as Iggy's hitbox cooperates, shouldn't be too bad. That's hardly a guarantee, and like I said, and that's a commentator's curse right there. 3-hit Iggy nonetheless, and we have our first wand grab at 648. So one fine day underway now in the World 3 airship. We have a defiant king who is not all that eager about giving up the wand. So 719 for one fine day, so about a cutscene apart right now as we got into World 2 in World 2. So that I suppose qualifies as a vanilla or Fred, named after Fred Coughlin, the creator of the Mario 3 Randomizer. So get out. Chad, I'm sure, is armed with their memes already. First up in World 2 is 7-7, which is not a difficult level, but it does require some fairly precise movement on the runner's part because of the platforms. There we go. There's our meme. DLP missing the card, unfortunately. So, but he gets a 1-up for his troubles. Fine day has the raccoon tail, so got a little bit of protection, but he's a little slower because of the tail. The tail doesn't move as fast as without it. DLP's in 4-6, which has the doors, which can actually give you different enemy sets. So if you see a boss bass right off the bat, you can go through one of the 2 doors and get yourself a new group of enemies. No guarantee it'll be better, but if you really don't like boss bass, well, there you go. So DLP continuing to hold on to a 1-stage lead. DLP gets a second end card, so he's going to try again. See how well his memory does. Okay. And flipped the 20 in the 1-up there, but picks up 2 more matches. Let's see what he got off of that. Decides to show us. Seems to be taking his time there. And now we come to 6F3, Carpet Fort. One fine day is also going back to the well, and is going to see what he can squeeze out of this. He's going to get a mushroom at the very least. Yep. That's all he's going to get. So he's on his way to Carpet Fort. DLP is about 2/3 of the way, actually more like 3/4 of the way done with Carpet Fort. boom fight, no problem. You'll notice that the Disco Waffles, or Rotodiscs, their movement has been randomized in version 1.2, which adds a layer of unpredictability to some of these forts. So you can't rely on your P-speeds and your speed strats to get you out of this. DLP picks up a hammer. I wouldn't be surprised if he uses that right now and skips 3 levels. It's a very good opportunity. And it's not one that One Fine Day is going to be able to use himself because of the Hammer Bros placement. So a little bit of RNG straight from the vanilla game. So he's going to have to play 2-3, which is 3-8 with a cheap. Meanwhile, DLP is on his way to the Pyramid stage, which is 6-3. So on top of everything else that's been randomized, we still have classic Mario 3 RNG, which can play a factor in some of these worlds, and World 2 is definitely one of them. One Fine Day is... Ooh, DLP missed the jump and takes a late death. That's unfortunate. That's gonna hurt. One Fine Day could have used the hammer, but he's going to save it because there are other places where it could be useful. World 1 jumps to mind. World 5 is another. Oh, DLP missing, having trouble with his platforming in 6-3 and takes another death, so his lead right now is actually shrinking to quite a degree now because of these 2 deaths. One Fine Day, you didn't quite get to use all the P-speed strats that you see in Warpless and Hundo runs, but pulls out a 4-3 nicely, and DLP finally finishes off 6-3 on his 3rd try. And more ice in the desert with 6-10 for One Fine Day. DLP is in the World 6 airship. 6-10 can be surprisingly difficult if you don't get a favorable set of enemies. Fire chomps are not totally friendly. Fire chains, excuse me. But, he's making do. Hit Morton this time and grabs the wand at 1247. So he's got about a 2-stage lead and a 2-stage lead plus a hammer bro, but he's gonna have to be a little sharper with his platforming to maintain it. There's music box for One Fine Day. So let's see what's next in, we've got a hammer suit for World 6. Ooh. One Fine Day, threading the needle there with some of his landings. Okay, no God Pipe in World 6. The pipes are randomized insofar as where they can take you. So normally, the pipe up front would take you behind, 6, behind that boulder. In this case, it's going to take them behind 6F2. So first up in World 6 is one of 3 hand stages, first hand stage. And they will be getting flowers if they find anything else. So One Fine Day seems to be putting the pieces together for the card, and okay, he's gonna run the tables here. DLP is in 6-1 with Fire Nippers. Okay, the card is not giving anything particularly special today, so I don't think One Fine Day will be going back to the card unless he's really hard up for items. So DLP is going to take on another couple Fire Bros this time. Luckily he's got a scar, so that should make it a quick run. Gets a P-Wing. That's nice. So 1455 wand grab for One Fine Day. DLP is in 7F1, aka Fort Knox, and he got the right stuff for it with the raccoon tails. So this will be a very quick dungeon, quick fort for him. Dungeon, not Zelda. DLP having no trouble with Boom Boom. Grab the orb and hightail it out of there as One Fine Day is about to begin World 6 in his own right. DLP gonna play the end card, kind of forced upon him. Doesn't quite know where everything is to the same degree to the same degree One Fine Day does, but easier go of it in the hand stage for One Fine Day with his raccoon tail. DLP in 6-4, which is 7-3. No star chain this time, so he's gonna have to do this hard way. One Fine Day finds 7-2, which can be a challenge. Ooh, One Fine Day had the right stuff with the raccoon tail, and fortunately he took a hit, so he's gonna have to do 7-2 the long way now. Ooh. I'm not sure if that was intentional or not, but it might actually work in his favor. He's gonna try 6-2 instead, and he'll find 6-1. Good one cycle on the coin ship for DLP, who gets a cloud for that. Nice. Clouds and hammers are what you really want to see in a lot of these off these hammer bros and from the princess. DLP in 7-8, not exactly a level you want to see, although you should be experienced enough to where this shouldn't be too difficult for him. A lot of World 7 and World 6. Wonder how that worked. Fine Day was, I think, hoping to avoid the double fire bros. Didn't quite work out. DLP checking the item, which in the vanilla game gives you a hammer suit. No luck there. He gets a frog suit instead. I think DLP was looking for the item box. Fortunately, that piranha was blocking it. So DLP has no star to use, so we just have to do this with regular Mario, no problem. Gets another cloud for his troubles, so two good items from the Hammer Bros here. He goes 6-7. Ooh, this is a level you're gonna want to use a cloud on. 7-5 with a cheap, so all things being equal, not the worst he could have had, but this is not something he wants to deal with. Got his items. Gonna use a P-Wing for 6F2, and it is 8-4. World 7 parade continues in World 6. We actually had 5 straight World 7 levels on my little notepad here, so that's pretty amazing. Yes, Amorietta, the best fort in the game, 8-Fort. DLP is not going to get the one cycle, but he is going to be able to go for a quick kill on Boom Boom. Feeling lucky, and looks like he is. One Fine Day opting for 6-5, gets 3-2. DLP's just got to be a little careful here because he is playing, did cloud 6-7. But he has no problems. Takes care of Boom Boom, and still has a cloud left over if he wants to use it. Another lost level, that's, I believe, our... thought we had more than that. This is only our second lost level. DLP finishes off the lost level. One day takes care of the Hammer Bros, gets his second Cloud, and as I expected, he is skipping the end card game. DLP still hasn't finished the cycle, but he's gone through about half the card now, or actually less than half. That help open things up a little bit. Okay, he should have this taken care of. So, sees the card didn't give a whole lot. He's in 6-9, which is 1-3. One of a few levels in the game that can give you a free item if they decide to opt for it. Fire Snips, he's gonna go for it. It avoids taking any damage, so that's a nice bonus for him, and we'll see what he gets off of this. It's 100% random, it could be anything, and it is a star, unfortunately. So, open for a Cloud or a Hammer, but no dice. So he's gonna continue on, and finds 7F2, aka Piranha Fort. Nice pole vault jump by DLP over the Piranha, very nicely done. One of my favorite maneuvers in the game. DLP most of the way through the first room in 7F2. Little off on his first jump, gets the second one to go down. DLP's gonna wait this out, let the Dry Bones and Disco Waffles go through their cycles. Avoids the second Disco Waffle by a fraction there. So, One Fine Day has no interest in the item, he's just gonna power through and finishes the job. He's found 7F2, I'm sure he's delighted at that. DLP continues this World 7 in World 6 tradition with World 7 airship. Fine Day having a little trouble with his jumping past first thwomp. So, by my count, we had 1, 2, 4, 5... We had 7 levels in World 6 that really belong in World 7. That's pretty amazing. And a one-hit Lemmy to top it off. A long World 6, but it's over, and out at 2256 wand grab. So, man. One Fine Day using a flower to get ready for Lemmy, which actually worked out pretty well. Speaking of World 7, that's World 4 now. So pipes will take you any and everywhere. DLP does not like the look of 7-5 as his first level because it would force him to play 2 levels, get to 1 pipe, so he'll try 7-1 instead and finds 5-5, which is a little more palatable. Pretty straightforward level. One Fine Day had a little trouble getting the fire kill off, but does it. So it would have been faster to hit him, but he doesn't know that. So 2409. So a 73-second lead for DLP going into World 4. And 7-5 is the correct answer. Ouch. That's something you never want to see. A needless level. Now, after this is going to come the great choice of our time. 7-3 or 7-4? What say you, chat? 7-3 or 7-4 is the level after this. DLP's 5, which is the other level in Mario 3, Fort Knox being the other, that requires you to fly to complete the level. Top of that, One Fine Day is getting an end card, and well, he's got another match off of the stars. Morietta and Odranus are thinking 7-3. We'll see if DLP agrees with you, and if you're correct. He's going to 7-4. And it is 7-4. That is our second of Vanilla or Fred. That's something. One Fine Day, unfortunately, has learned the unpleasant truth, so he remains 2 stages behind DLP316. Gonna go into the pipe and get rid of the angry sun. Alright, so 7-4, moment of truth. Was he validated, or is he gonna have to go do more pipe hunting? Well, again, 2 levels, one of them being a fort on the table. He's gonna play 7-3 instead and gets the 3rd hand stage, so he's got another Fire Flower coming to him at the end of this. See what One Fine Day decides to do. This could work out if it takes him behind. If it takes him anywhere else on the North Central Island except for the one behind the lock, he should be okay, actually. Okay, it takes him to 7-2 Island, which is 6-8. So he's got two pipe checks after this, and if one of them takes him to the correct place, DLP trying to get that item, which turns out to be a star, so kind of worth it in the end. We'll just sprint through the rest of this. One Fine Day did play 7-4. We'll see if he decides to go for the North Central line, because again, 3 pipes after 2 levels, and he is going to go for it, and 7-6 is the pyramid. And DLP has scored, and immediately gets gulped by Boss Bass in 5-2. DLP is taking no chances here. He wants to play 5-2, and it is a pretty easy level. So I think that's our second Boss Bass gulping today. Boss Bass beat Boss Bass. Nothing you can do, so. So One Fine Day is in a bit of trouble here because he's being led further and further astray unless that pipe takes him, one of those 3 pipes actually takes him to that island that has the correct answer. It could be a little while before he finds it. That said, he also has a hammer, because DLP got an early hammer, their 3rd hand stage, completes the set. One Fine Day got his hammer later in World 2 than DLP 316. DLP having a whale of a time with pipe. So the picture is a bit murky right now. Going to 7F2, which is 5F1 today. So first pipe check, you've got 3 to look for. Okay. DLP lucks out and is going to get a straight shot to the correct island. So that wasn't as costly as it could have been. And he avoids Boss Bass, fortunately. Okay, DLP is gonna use a frog suit. I'm not sure what the rationale was there, but okay, frog suit. And it's just a vanilla mushroom. So we're on the World 2 airship. Yeah, how difficult Ludwig is. Well, there's a thick Ludwig, and DLP almost got stun-locked twice there, but managed to recover and finishes the job, getting the wand at 30-43. So a good bounce, a good recovery for DLP as he reaches the halfway point of this race. We have worlds 1, 1, 3, and 5 left. One Fine Day again still has that hammer, which could be extremely useful in all 3 of these worlds, particularly 1 and 5. 3, it's dependent on pipe draw. And it is World 5 up next. Another vanilla. World 5, 5th world is World 5, so kind of a vanilla, I suppose. And we have a palindrome of 5-1 with 1-5. Fine day underway in the World 2 airship. DLP finishing off 1-5, no trouble. Six-2 now. Fine day getting his message from Windows Technical Support DLP, continuing to hold to that 2-stage lead, although that could very dramatically swing later on here, because again, One Fine Day with the hammer. So he would be able to take the lead and get a straight shot to 5F2 if everything holds. 6-4 now. 5-3. One Fine Day is going to actually use his cloud here. Get 5-2, which negligible. 6-2 is kind of a longer level. One Fine Day gets a P-Wing. Friday doing a check on his items, did not have a star. Oh, One Fine Day lost the handle and dropped down, so he'll have to do this again. He's gonna arm himself with a P-Wing here, make this a much quicker. And DLP gets a hammer, so a very lucky turn of events for him. So he can do this world normally now. He can do this world quickly, I should say. One Fine Day getting a 1-up there. Six-4 can be irritating, particularly in the beginning, because it usually has lag-heavy enemies. One Fine Day is ignoring the other Hammer Bro, and I think that was the Hammer Bro, so that's unfortunate for him. DLP just about done with the tower, which is one of 4 levels in the game that can never be randomized because of its importance to the game. The others being the 2 Piranha stages and Bowser. DLP having a little trouble with the vine there in going up to the sky portion. One Fine Day lost his balance again. We're in 2 Fort, Desert Fort. Pretty simple level, should be a pretty quick run through. Oh. One Fine Day with his extra hammer remains less than a stage behind DLP. DLP gonna take the bottom route to get to the door. Take on Boom Boom. This race has been quite entertaining so far between our 2 runners, as I mentioned at the start of the race. One Fine Day is finishing up group play here with this match DLP. He's currently 3-3 in Group F and is in 2nd place. 2 wins here will put him at 5-3 and give him a pretty good shot at finishing 2nd overall in the group behind Ibuba7, who is all but assured, I believe, a spot in the playoffs. Or is in the brackets, I suppose. So both players in 5-6. DLP is about half a stage ahead as One Fine Day continues to slowly chip away at that lead. He was down 2 minutes after World 2 because of the hammer. Since then, he's been slowly making his way back into this and is ignoring Hammer Bros altogether, which is an interesting call. Although it's actually been, with the exception of that Hammer Bro he skipped at the bottom of the land, it's been the correct play overall. It's Iceland. DLP just about a couple of seconds ahead now. Ooh, lost his fire bar. He's gonna have to wait this out. DLP's been playing a little more cautiously, and it has allowed allowed One Fine Day to catch up and go to the World 4 airship now. DLP using a P-Wing here, not a bad idea for the World 4 airship, makes it go a little faster. It's a 3-hit Roy. DLP gets the clip. So basically, if you grab the wand off screen with Mario mostly off screen, you actually save about 2 to 3 seconds through this cutscene, because instead of Mario scrolling down, it just cuts right to the castle. And given that One Fine Day grabbed the wand 12 seconds later, that is not a bad idea. So World 6 is up next now. What's it going to be? Is it God Pipe? No! This is actually where One Fine Day can really pull ahead, because DLP has to play these levels, and leading off is 6-6. So if One Fine Day chooses, he can skip 3 levels right here. He's not? Chad, I didn't miscount. He does have an extra hammer, doesn't he? DLP trying to get the items here for 6-6, which is not a level you want to see at all. Not a particularly fun level by any stretch. I thought he did, because he picked up the one in World 2, he didn't use it, and then he picked Or... thought he did. I thought he picked up a hammer from somewhere. Oh. Okay. Maybe I missed. Okay, maybe I thought he had a second one somewhere. Okay. Oh. My apologies for the mistake on that one. Yeah, that's what I thought. One fine day, he's got the hammer. He didn't use it in World 2. He played it straight through. Okay, but yeah, he used it in World 5, but so did the DLP also did. One fine day has nonetheless taken the lead in 1-6, just a couple of seconds ahead of DLP. Used Superman in 1-6 to get ahead. Now we're in the tank stage, which again we'll have an item for them at the end. One fine day, just no problem for one fine day. Grabs the item, which is a star. One fine day is in 6F1, just a few seconds ahead of DLP. Boy, this is gonna be one heck of a finish. I think both of them using damage boost strats to get across the platform. Fine day skipping the fire flowers, gonna hope for something better. Does not. DLP. Ooh. Missed the duck play, so he's gonna have to do it again. So we got ourselves quite a race here. We'll see where this pipe, the bottom pipe, ends up taking them. Okay, well, 3 more levels anyways, so one fine day is going to do this. Gets 4-4. Corax is in the army. Wait, that's not right. Yeah, if you can make it work, I'm sure somebody will pay you millions. Fine day, watching out for the Spinies being dropped by the Lakitu. DLP got rid of the Lakitu, but was not able to get the skip. But he's gonna go for star. Doesn't really help much in where he grabbed it, but nonetheless. And 3-8 is 1-4, another fairly simple level for our runners. Nothing too challenging. We've seen I think almost all of World 1. I think the only things we haven't seen are 1, 2, and the airship. Guaranteed to see the airship. So 3F2 is 3F1, aka Door 6 port. Little known thing is the 5th door actually has a randomized item, and star, you can actually do a star kill on Boom Boom. But I'd only really recommend that if you're small Mario. So one fine day with the lead as we go into World 3 airship, and Wendy, well, Wendy is Wendy. There's not much we can do about that. It depends how evil she wants to be. DLP is stopping at door 5 and gets just fire flower. He's going for the fire flower, and he really just, after like 4 tries, decided, nope, not worth it. So that's gonna cost him a few seconds. Get underway. One Fine Day gets underway with Wendy, and it's a tough Wendy. Oh, One Fine Day takes the death to her, and we'll have to do this again. World 5 airship allows for a chance at an easy enough fire kill on Wendy if your timing is quick enough. DLP is gunning for him. Go. One Fine Day gets ready for the rematch. 10 fireballs against Wendy. Got 8. Oh, he had 9 fireballs! Oh, that's terrible. DLP. Oh, he got hit by Candy Cane. Oh, and One Fine Day also taking a death. Ow. So both of them dying here to Wendy. Both of them adopted similar rats, so they're both going to use Raccoon, although DLP is using a P-Wing here. It's 4 or 5. I've only counted 3 confirmed hits. Oh, DLP taking another death. One Fine Day finishes the job at 4632. DLP with Fire Mario takes care of her in 10 hits, but boy, that could have been a true disaster. Lucky he's only down 25 seconds. One Fine Day trying to use a hammer, an anchor, which is a random item, and ends up getting a fire flower instead. So 3-1. I think you're right. It was I think 3 tries for both of them before they were able to finally finish the job. DLP does have a cloud. I don't know if One Fine Day does. Thought I saw one. He used one in 5-2, I believe. He may not have another. Card wasn't especially giving as far as that went. So 1-2 is 3-6. One stage advantage for One Fine Day, excuse me. Go to the next fort. It is 4F1. One Fine Day trying to get around the Boo there, uses tail strats effectively to do so. Costs a few seconds, but well worth the effort. DLP thinking about going topside, but decides to take the bottom route instead. And One Fine Day has found the fabled city of Atlantis. One of 2 levels that is auto-scroll. He has to play it through because he has no clouds. DLP does, and if he's smart, he's going to use it right here. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's no part of that. Should be fine with the items. Just gotta be a little careful in whatever 1-6 turns out to be, and it is quicksand. Okay. He can do that. So DLP has taken the lead as we go down to our come down to this One Fine Day almost finished with Atlantis. It's gonna be about a stage and a half. He's gonna be about a stage behind. But luckily, quicksand is not an especially difficult level. Ooh, nice fire kill there by DLP, and gets a hammer. Well, where was that, like, 10 minutes ago? And final airship is World 1, another vanilla. DLP using a bullet bill to get a race across the top there. And it's a thick Larry, and DLP trying to go for a fire kill. He just lost it, and he's getting stun locked by Larry, who is. Oh, he got him! Oh, DLP tried to go for the fire kill and got badly burned as a result. That's unfortunate. One Fine Day has retaken the lead. Ooh, DLP almost got double hit there. So there goes Larry. I think it was a 4-hitter. 51-36 wand grab for... Uh-oh, DLP's got to be careful. And he finally finishes Larry off, but man. So 15 seconds separate our two runners as we go down to the final world. Both of them with a hammer. Both of them are. This could likely come down to guessing, you know, and it could come down to hand bridge RNG. We'll see. First up is the World 6 lost level. Yes, and if you enjoyed this race, stick around after this, because they're going to do round 2 with Attorney Flags 2. DLP going for the item. Mushroom, getting back up to regular size. Okay, first pipe check. Is this God World 8, or are they going to have to do some digging? And okay, hand bridge. Well, nobody wants to see that, so One Fine Day will take his chances with Navy. And again, they've got a hammer, so if they get pushed behind a lock, they're okay. But it's no guarantee of anything, because lock could lead to lock for all we know. DLP says nope to the hand bridge, as any sane human being would. You don't do hand bridge unless you have to. So about a half-stage lead right now for One Fine Day. Both of them with Fire Mario. Be a quick kill on Boom Boom. Nice jump there by DLP. Trickier jump than you'd think, making that leap. Okay, One Fine Day is... Okay, this is an interesting strat. He's going to go back, and he's going to actually take his chances with the hand bridge. DLP could decide to use his one hammer and see what's on the other side. One Fine Day almost ran the tables on the hand bridge. Got caught in 3-3 though. Let's see what we got. Okay, well that's not exactly what he was hoping for. Alright, so he's gonna play the fort, and it is Air Force. One Fine Day is in the Air Force, which is super tanks, so this is going to be crucial, because this essentially will give us the answer we need after they finish, because one of these pipes is going to take them to the correct place, the other is going to force them to make a very painful decision, in all likelihood, although I think it might be... It depends how this plays. We'll see what happens. One Fine Day is in the pipe first. And the answer is... Oh! DLP is in go mode. DLP is a navy away from scoring a win here, which would be put him at 1-0 in the tournament. Wow. And One Fine Day's got a hammer, doesn't he? I am stunned he hasn't used it yet. Yeah, they have hammer suits. One Fine Day getting grabbed by the last hand, and it's another lost level. Pretty simple one. DLP picked up that hammer in World 7. Did One Fine Day put... Unless One Fine Day skipped that hammer, bro, which he would only have to have done with a music box, he should have a hammer. DLP gets the easy clip in Bowser's Castle. Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm pretty sure DLP had the hammer. DLP and One Fine Day both got the hammer from the Hammer Bro. Unless I'm terribly missing it. DLP, though, clean Bowser and is going to win Game 1. And make Group F a lot more entertaining than it already was. Get out the GGs for DLP316, who finishes with an official SRL time of 57:15. And One Fine Day has forfeited. A little surprised by that. We will finish with an official time of 2 hours per the rules.